I see most people using it is literally from their house, from their cabin, from their condo in southern Utah, and they're gonna grab this thing and just take it out of the garage. It looks good enough. Most people see it as like a Bronco or a Jeep, and it really turns heads every time you're in this. And so as you're driving it, you can pull out onto any road like we're gonna do right here and take off. And unlike a regular UTV, we've got the fan on and the windows down, and we can still talk in here. And I'm already up to 40 miles an hour because it has the pickup of an electric vehicle. So you can just drive it right down the road. People look at you like you're riding in a regular vehicle or car. Most of that stopping power is the engine. So most of it's just the regenerative braking. It's recharging your batteries. Like most electric vehicles, they actually perform better in a stop and go, uphill, downhill situation. So I'm shifting with these buttons on the steering column. Right up on the steering wheel, the plus and minus will scroll through park, reverse, neutral, and drive in whatever mode I'm in. Right now we're in all-wheel drive. This switch up here will switch between modes. All-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, tank mode, crawl mode, crab walk, and four-wheel steering. So it has a bunch of modes. And here we are just on a busy road. Okay, so the reason we're going up here, closest dirt road I can find to Draper. This is where the famous Widowmaker Hill climb used to be, is on the opposite side of this. And so we used to ride our motorcycles over here. This dirt road is an access road for gravel pits and so forth, and obviously a lot of home development. But the nice thing about this vehicle is the independent suspension. We're flying on this dirt road. It's a little washboard, and we can barely feel anything. I can hear the rocks getting caught in the big treads of the tires and being thrown up. But other than that, it's in great shape. And here we are, just in a vehicle that you could take out to dinner with your wife, and you're staring ahead at a rutted up hill like this that you can see in front of us. And it's already in four-wheel drive. I'm going slow. It's electric, so it has all the torque in the world, and so I'm not even worried. I just go. Independent suspension, big ruts up here on top. I'll straddle them a little bit, and we'll just go right up. No problem. I didn't even have to gun it. I didn't have to build horsepower through RPMs. Makes life so much easier. You can just creep right up these obstacles and not even worry about it. So, makes it fun. The suspension works pretty good. It's a brand new vehicle, so it's got a couple of noisy parts here and there in the back. I can hear a couple of squeaks, but for the most part, not a problem at all. Let's see how it does going through these ruts. No problem. All four wheels are pulling. Really didn't feel any spin whatsoever. The big rut here that they've put in with machinery for erosion actually creates more erosion, which is funny. I don't feel like I have to give it a lot of throttle, which makes it so much nicer. I can go through obstacles as slow as I want to go. Because of the electric engine, I have so much torque. So I'm not afraid of losing power. It's kind of deceiving. The Widowmaker Hill is really actually steep. We're in kind of a steep area, and never felt like I was gonna lose power because I've learned to trust the electric motor. A lot of people make these little Jeep hills, and you know, you can see where they've been peeling out, and I'm just going slow with the electric. Felt a little tiny bit of tire spin there, but no problem going up and over that. Really ready. Might have been a little tiny bit of rubbing against the bottom, but it could have been an A-arm. Didn't really feel any problem going over that. So whether you're coming from your house or you're out in the desert playing, this car can do everything. My wife and I went to dinner the other night, and the people, instead of looking at all the fancy cars that was at this restaurant we're at, they were all standing around this. They didn't, let alone the $250,000 Porsches. They thought this was cool. So I'm not much for having a lot of people look at me, but it was fun, for sure. And you just go right off-road anywhere you want. This happens to be by our dealership, and so we're just going off-road right here. The vehicle's very capable, whether this was, you know, someplace out in the middle of the desert or right here at South Mountain, like it is. So, pretty fun for us. Gotta dodge that. Now, I see all these ruts in the road down here because of the 18 inches of travel in the suspension. I'm not too worried about it. And here's the greatest thing. I'm gonna just take my foot off the gas and the brake, and this is, look at this. This is just the car holding itself back on this steep incline. We've got a big rutted road. I'm not worried. I don't even have my foot on the brake or the gas. And it just creeps down it. But even more impressive is what happens when I turn around and I can just creep up it. Because again, with the torque of an electric engine, it's not gonna worry. It's gonna go right up. So we'll just do the same thing. And I didn't have to build power. I didn't have to build a lot of speed. My foot's barely on the gas pedal, and it just drives right up it nice and quiet. I love it. I love it. Don't have to come at it at 40 miles an hour and bounce your vehicle all over and knock your wife out, hitting her head on the roll cage or anything. You can just creep around. It's pretty impressive that way. That's one of the things I like most about it, is just that it's so easy to drive. And here we are, going over terrain that most people wouldn't bring their brand new Broncos in for fear that they're gonna scratch it up. Their $100,000 Raptor Bronco. Here we are in a $49,000 machine that, in my opinion, outperforms most of those vehicles. And the approach angle on the front wheels, the departure angle on the rear wheels, I don't even care about the bumps. It's great. Do if you had this thing?
We go play in the dirt, you know, have a little fun. But this is nice though.
Yeah, it's fun. Thanks, man.
Take care.
Yep. Take a look. But we're electric. I think this is probably, what, $75,000 cheaper than that? I'd like to say that this is better looking. I mean, I know some people like it because it's futuristic and looks better, or looks different, but I'd say this by far looks better than that Cybertruck. We should have seen if he would have taken it where we just took this, and I doubt he would have. There's no way he would have taken that thing off-road like we just did. At least not while it was looking that clean.